Hello everyone. The previous video talked about merging files and making the pivot table. There are a lot of people asking, is it possible to sum up in Pivot instead of the group sum of another worksheet? In this issue, we will talk about the problem of summarization. People want to put the sum at the end of the table. You can add total, then use sum to sum the column numbers. Notice the formula on the formula bar. It is locked on a fixed column. If the column of numeric data changes, this sum invalidates. Let's try changing the file. And press refresh all. The sum of the total column displays an error. So the summing up must be done in Power Query. In the right column, the queries and connections. Select Pivot and right-click to select Edit. If it is a fixed column, can select Statistics. Pick the columns to calculate like this. Select Add Column. Press Statistics. Select Sum. It will automatically generate the summation column. Pay attention to the content. Its formula is still locked in a specific column. You can try to see the status after changing the data. Right-click to select Refresh. It just fails and displays an error. Go back to Edit to see what the error is. This shows that the column cannot be found. Therefore, this feature does not meet our requirements. Press Custom Column. New column name, enter total. Enter List.Sum for custom column formulas. Use an underscore inside the parentheses so that all columns are summed up. At this time, you will see a full of errors. An error occurs because it cannot parse the column of the text. We have to add List.Range so that it only counts the numerical part. The first parameter of List.Range. Use Record.ToList. The Record.ToList parameter uses the underscore to get all the data. The second parameter, enter 2, because there are 2 columns in front that are not calculated. That's pretty much done. Let's try the results. Similarly, we still have to replace the files in the folder. It can be successfully achieved even with additional data. But there is one issue to consider. The current table structure is text, digit, and finally the sum. If the number is in the middle of the text, how do I set it? Double-click in the pivot to go to Power Query Editing. Press Custom Column. New column name, enter total. We still use the previous formula. The result is obvious, full of errors. This is because the numbers starting from the second column encounter the text. The List.Range just used has a third parameter. Is to specify the selected range. Enter the third parameter on the formula bar. Since there are now 6 column numbers, enter 6. After pressing OK, the total column has been calculated. Then we put the other files into folders. Press Refresh Preview. You will see that the data from January to December has been read, but the contents of the total column have not changed. This indicates that the third parameter needs to be adjusted. Let's change it to 12. The total column displays the numbers correctly. If the file is removed, the parameters must be adjusted. How to solve this problem once and for all? Press Advanced Editor. Find the location of the last step. Press Enter to add a row. Define how many columns are not counted before the first digit column. Don't forget to end with a comma. Add a row that defines how many columns the text column has. In the third row, add how many columns you want to sum up. Table.column count is used here. The parameters in it are filled in with the name of the previous step, which can be copied. It will return how many columns are in the query. Deduct unable to calculate columns. Then copy the variable names to the appropriate locations. The marked part is the additional step. In this way, no matter how many files to be processed, how many data columns there are, you can calculate correctly.